Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Sarafi, and I'm happy to meet you all. Today, I'll be showing you all Meet the Gurus Episode 5, and I'm joined by a very special guest, the boss himself, the Cyber Dragon Guru, also known as Kevin Productions or Kevin Probably. Kevin, thank you very much for joining me.
No, thank you for having me. It's an absolute honor.
All right. So Kevin is the founder of the Guild of Gurus, although Arcady is the one who actually created the Discord, I believe. And the two of them work tirelessly to try and make things better. Arcady has declined to participate in this series, so Kevin will be speaking for the administrative side for basically everybody. Uh,
hmm
Kevin, my first question to you today is: where did you first get the idea for Guild of Gurus?
as for the idea, actually, I was scrolling through the Yu-Gi-Oh Discord Reddit, and I saw this guy, the Cubic Guru, and I was just really enticed by the content he was producing. He was always active, just an overall pretty much a stand-up guy that got along with obviously not everyone because you can't get along with everyone, but most people on the Reddit. I feel like he was able to befriend a lot of the members over there, and he would just produce great content. So I was drawn to the concept of gurus, and essentially I aspired to be one myself with his blessings, of course. So what I did was I went to him private in Reddit PMs, and I pitched the idea of a Discord server to him. And of course, at first he was initially hesitant, but ultimately he decided to go for it. So, and I do just want to say one thing. I actually did create the Discord server.
Oh,
I ran it from the bottom up, so I did create that. He wasn't really much of a Discord person. He wasn't really sure what he was doing, which is why he was hesitant at first. But right now, he's a badass. He knows what he's doing. Um, but overall, this collaboration and his support played a pivotal role in just shaping the inception of the Guild of Gurus. This would not be a thing if I had not gotten in just contact with him.
yeah, now that you mention it, I actually do remember um, back when I first started playing Duel Links, which is ages ago. I think I started playing right after Yusei came out, and at that time, I was still kind of new on Reddit. I didn't do a whole lot on Reddit, but I did look at the Duel Links server, and I think that I remember the Cubic Guru being like his own thing and being a lot more active on Reddit than he is now. So yeah, yeah, actually, that provokes some good memories for me too. Um, okay, so tell me, what problems have you had with the guild since it started, and how did you deal with them?
Actually, since the Guild of Gurus has started, we've been fortunate enough to relatively have not many issues. There have been some challenges, of course, with anything you do. And one notable problem has been with certain gurus we've had in the past who have struggled to adhere to our rules. Some of which these individuals were just overall inconsistent with their contributions, some changing gurus, some applying for multiple different spots that they want to be in. As for a guru, like multiple different archetypes and decks over time.
Mm.
Um, or just people seeming interested to just have the title of guru without the responsibilities that come with it. To counter this, we of course we did have to remove those roles from some of the staff members that we did have. Unfortunately, we are still fantastic friends with all our members. Um, and we also did create a guru guideline, which is in our guru staff chat, and we also do give it to anyone that applies to become a guru so that they know essentially what we are looking for and what won't be accepted in the guild of gurus.
Okay, but since that seems to have been a settled issue, I don't recall you needing to remove too many people recently.
Yeah, definitely not recently. It was, I would say, a year and a half. Yeah, about a year and a half ago is when it was going on.
Gotcha. Well, that's good. I'm glad that things are stable now.
Absolutely.
So in your opinion, do you think that the Guild of Gurus has been a success or a failure?
As it currently is,
Yes.
100% a success. We actually, all our gurus are fundamentally well-shaped people, and they just enjoy teaching. They provide an amazing aura, especially in each other's chats. You have your own uniqueness. Like nobody's chat is similar to another person's. Everyone's chat is so unique, and people are just drawn to certain aspects of the server. We also have a tournament scene where you are free to enter, and you do gain points over the course of the season. The season is typically about a month, sometimes a month and a half, and you get rewards at the end of it. So you get cash money, and you do get roles in the server. And again, that is all free to enter. We have a server banner thanks to our wonderful guru, the Gravekeeper Guru. And everything, honestly, I believe has been a success since the last 2 years we started the server.
Yeah, Chrome has been a regular guest on my channel. He's actually the next guru that I'm going to interview, but he's already been on 2 podcasts. So my
That's amazing.
my audience is very familiar with his brand of graphic design. Um,
Yeah.
okay. So the big question is, you've gotten a lot busier. You collect transformers. You've been making strides on several innovative projects on your YouTube channel, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and you've started school. So, do you still have fun with Yu-Gi-Oh, or has that become more of like something that you put to the side?
I feel like the concept of having fun with Yu-Gi-Oh is something I will never really drop. Of course, I am busy, as you said, with everything that's going on. I have my personal projects. I work minimum 20 hours a week currently here, and I'm a full time student with full time student load work. So they give me a bunch of stuff to do. Really, my only free days are Sunday, the entire day, which I work overnight Saturday to Sunday. So I'm essentially sleeping for about 5 to 6 hours before I have to wake up and get running and start doing things again. And then today, Monday, but I have school in the morning, and I use Monday to catch up on all my schoolwork. And I'm pivoting away from the question, but let me get back to that. So sorry, I was kind of ranting. But with Yu-Gi-Oh, of course, I still have a lot of fun playing this game. It's just hard to find time to pick it up. I know I was supposed to duel Sharp today, but we just couldn't really find a time. Sharp being our elemental hero guru, but we couldn't really find a time. And I wanted to go to locals today as well, but of course I couldn't. I didn't have the time for that. But I do still have a lot of fun with Yu-Gi-Oh. I log on to Duel Links to collect rewards when I can, and I have a bunch of decks on there. And I actually spent a couple of dollars on some packs like a few days ago, which don't buy Yu-Gi-Oh packs. They're not, especially not on Duel Links. But I'm addicted, so it is what it is. Um, but yeah, I still have a lot of fun with Yu-Gi-Oh. Definitely.
I'm glad to hear that. I will fact check you in real time, though. His title does say Elemental Hero Guru, but Sharp is the Omni Hero Guru. Let's be honest.
Pretty much, yeah. It was kind of a thing back then where we were like, oh, you can. It was the Guild of Gurus wasn't too well shaped back then, so we were kind of struggling on how we wanted, because of course we don't want too many people taking multiple archetypes. But so we allowed him to pick the elemental heroes, and then one other, which I forget which one he picked, but he's essentially the Omni Hero Guru at this point. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is what it
If anyone asked us to like be the Destiny Hero Guru, we would just laugh at him. Really.
is. Yeah, back then maybe, but right now it's just a no.
All right. Let's see here. What other decks do you play besides Cyber
I
Dragons? Oh
actually
no, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I skipped a question. I apologize. What do you like about Cyber Dragons?
um okay, so right now we're in a meta, and we've been in metas where every deck wants to go first.
Hold on, hold on.
And yeah.
Okay. If you want to talk about the meta, you need to clarify, please, sir. So, which format are you talking about?
Okay, all right, so essentially every format, because everyone wants to go first in every format, including Duel Links right now, because we've pivoted into negates actually, whereas in the past you wanted to go more second, set up your board and essentially try to OTK.
Mhm.
But we pivoted into Duel Links, into a meta where you're just setting up negates like your own deck, Speedroids, and we had Salamangrates not too long before that, and we had what was that one deck with the night guys that used columns and rows?
Mech Knights.
Mech Knights, yeah. So we had Mech Knights that just negate your entire board. Like that was just extremely toxic.
I remember
But
that.
that's what I love about Cyber Dragons is that we don't care if you go first. So winning or losing the coin toss, it doesn't matter. We're gonna break your board and go for the win anyway.
Have you been enjoying Clockwork Knight being released in Master Duel?
Dude, you have no idea. Ever since I saw the card being announced, I lost my mind. Make everything on the board machines. I went crazy. You have no clue how crazy I went. It was so fun, especially with Fortress plays.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. It's funny because I joked about this with you before. If you play it against the TG Guru, he gets benefit now. He's got his
Oh, he
own.
does? Okay.
Yeah. The new support. They actually have their own card. They have their own card that turns all their TGs into machines. It's a continuous
No
flip.
way.
Yeah, because they need it. Yeah. All right.
Well,
Okay.
I don't. Mhm.
Um. Well, so what other decks do you play besides Cyber Dragons?
Well, besides Cyber Dragons, okay, so I do want to clarify this. So in the TCG, I play Cyber Dragons only. In Master Duel, I play Cyber Dragons only. And I've had a lot of people tell me, well, don't you get bored of Cyber Dragons and don't you want to try out other decks? My answer to that is I have Duel Links. I have 50 million decks on Duel Links over the span of every single character that's released. And so essentially, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. Of course, it would be interesting in a sense to try out something different than Cyber Dragons in the TCG, but I just don't see myself enjoying that as much as if I were to just do it on Duel Links, since it's on my phone, I can pick it up and I can do it whenever, and I can just hop on ranked or casual duels or PVE. And as for other decks that I like to play, Time Lords,
Oh,
100% Time Lords,
right. I forgot about that. Yeah, he he
which
does
is
he does play a lot of Time Lords. He and I when Time Lords came out, we brainstormed quite a bit together actually, and then he came to me and he said, "Hey, I'm about to play in a tournament against Harpies with Time Lords. Help me figure this out." And I crushed him because because exactly Ice Beast Zero Fine just destroys Time Lords, which is funny.
he
Um,
did, and I kind of I cried after that. I'm not gonna lie, I cried.
All right, so let's pivot a little bit. I'm dropping a surprise question on you, sir, and I do apologize. But since you mentioned that you like Cyber Dragons in every format, what do you think about Rush Duels, where they are currently one of the best three decks in the game?
Dude, Rush Duel support got me so surprised, and it got me thinking. I was like, if they can do this for Rush Duel, in I'm not gonna say an underdeveloped format, but definitely a weaker format. I'm just wondering what they could do for the TCG because that one monster, that one fusion, that I believe it lets you draw up to five.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
yeah,
It lets you
it
draw up to
mills. Yeah.
five.
Mhm.
It's just insane. And the artwork for Cyber End Dragon has got me like, I have a full art. I commissioned a full art Cyber End Dragon, which, if I remember, I'll send you a pictures that you can maybe edit it in if you want.
Absolutely.
Um, I have a full art, and that card is just gorgeous. But this other card is even better. Just the way they update their art and the synergy Cyber Dragons have in Rush Duel, especially when you fill up your hand again, which is something Cyber Dragons really lack in the TCG and other formats, where we run out of draw power. So if you don't OTK or don't have follow up, you're essentially relying on your top deck.
Mhm.
But in Rush Duel, you just draw up to five every turn, right? Is it five or six?
That's correct. It's up to five, unless there is a dragon that changes the rules so that you draw up to six while it's on the field, which is a ridiculous ridiculous card.
That just sounds funny. Dude, if that was in the TCG, everyone would be insane.
Yep.
Um, Go First X, I think, yeah, Go First X would be unstoppable,
Mhm.
which they already essentially are, unless you're going against Cyber Dragons. But that's besides the point. But Rush Duel right now, Cyber Dragons and Rush Duel, they're badass, and I love them. I love their art. I love their synergy. I love what they do. Konami is doing a great job, and I can't wait for them to come out in Rush Duel Duel Links in the next 4 years.
Yeah. So Cyber Dragons will come out in the next 4 years. Rush Duels are coming out in the next 3 days.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and I'm excited for that too.
Mhm.
But I won't play it that much.
Fair
I'm
enough.
being honest.
I will play it for you. I'm actually live streaming
Thank
the
you.
whole day that it comes out.
Yes, I'm actually gonna hop in.
Oh, well, good. I will look forward to seeing you. Okay. All right. So, moving away from Yu-Gi-Oh, because as you said, it doesn't take up too much of your time these days. Let's talk about your YouTube channel. So, when did you start Kevin Productions, and what have you made on it so far?
This is funny. So, do you want the whole origin, or just kind of skip through things?
So just tell me what happened.
So, I started my YouTube channel when I was 8 years old, and it started off as Groudon Gamer, and only OGs. I'm talking before I was at 300 subscribers. Only OGs know who Groudon Gamer is,
Mhm.
and I was essentially a Pokemon YouTuber.
Okay.
And I was the cringiest person that you could watch on YouTube. And I would do shiny giveaways and all these other giveaways of Pokemon, and it was just they would be like hacked gen in Pokemon because I was a kid and I didn't really know how to breed in Pokemon and all that. So I would do these giveaways, and I kind of transitioned into Yu-Gi-Oh a couple years after that. And right now, I'm still doing Yu-Gi-Oh when I have the chance, but I'm mostly tapping into my stop motions at the moment.
Okay. So so when did you start making stop motions? And more importantly, I'm sure everyone's wondering, what exactly do you do? Like how do you film these Transformer videos that you're making?
Oh, definitely. So what got me into stop motion, or how I got into it, is kind of a friend. This past December last year, we did a Secret Santa, and he got me a Transformer figure.
Hmm.
And I kind of was fascinated by it because I loved Transformers as a kid growing up. And I was just thinking to myself, I work now, I have free time. This was before I started college.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
I
hold on,
work
hold on,
now.
hold on, hold on. This was last. You're not serious. You've that whole collection you have is 1 year. 1 year of you collecting Transformers.
It's 1 year. Yeah, it's insane.
Dude, you have a problem.
I'm addicted, dude.
Please continue.
It's better than spending my money on weed, though. I will
Uh,
say. I will
fair,
say.
fair enough.
Um, no shade to the weed smokers out there. Transformers is just my version of crack. But so I started collecting after that, and I pitched the idea to a group of two other friends, and I was like, I have money. Are you guys interested in joining me on this series that I want to do, that I've always wanted to do as a child, but I've never had, the ability, financial stability to do it? And they were all in. So we started collecting over the course of this entire past year, and we've started writing episodes. So right now we know how season one is gonna go. We know how season two is gonna go. We know how season three is gonna go, and we have a movie finale pitched to wrap up everything. Now all we have to do is just finish it up and actually get into the process of producing, which we are doing. We are currently recording episode one every Sunday, which is when everyone has free time and can get together.
Mhm.
Um, as for how I do it, we record on a phone, and there is a specific app that we use, and we also use video editors like Adobe Premiere Pro to splice everything together and add the backgrounds. But it's a long and tedious process. I'm talking 30 seconds, depending on how well versed you are into this stop motion spectrum, can take you 2 to 4 hours,
Mhm.
depending on how stop motion heavy it is, what you're doing, how you're animating the characters, and all of that. So it is definitely very uh, effort intensive, I would say.
Yeah, but okay. So how do you do this? So you're recording on a phone. You said that, but
Yes. So we
so.
set up a tripod,
Mhm.
and we put our phone on it, and the phone is essentially, depending on the angle that we want, of course, we take multiple pictures. So we take a picture with the figure maybe standing still, and then we move its arm slightly. We take another picture, we move its arm slightly again. We take a third picture, and
Wow.
it
So
just goes like that.
you're literally just taking a bunch of frames and then splicing them together to make it look like it's one big one continuous motion.
That's exactly what it is, pretty
That
much.
that sucks.
You have no clue. You have no idea how much it sucks.
I mean, the finished product looks great. I will say that. So I've liked all of your videos so far. You know, they've been 30 seconds, just like you said, but you know,
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to these episodes that you're describing.
Thank you,
An
thank you.
entire season that should be interesting. Okay.
It's gonna take ages, and I did send you the teaser for episode one. What we kind of want to do in that teaser, um, we're gonna change a lot of that up, but that's kind of the I forget the word, but that's kind of how we want to go for it.
Yeah, I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to that. I've literally recorded like 8 videos in the last week. You have no idea
No,
how
you're all
tired
good.
I am. I'm going.
You're a busy man. I get you.
I'm going on. Speaking of busy, I'm going on vacation this week. I'm going to
Oh,
whitewater rafting in Virginia with my family.
you didn't run it through the boss. You're fired. Your PTO is denied.
Ah, it's true. You're right.
But
uh,
wow, dude, I hope you enjoy that. How long are you gonna be gone?
all weekend. So we leave on Friday morning and we get back on Sunday night. But I mean,
Sick,
yeah, man,
sick,
I have not gone rafting in like 12 years. It's been so long. I'm gonna have so much fun. Um,
dude. Definitely, and you better be safe out there.
oh yeah, absolutely. No, yeah. I mean, it's rapids, but it's not a big deal. I'm gonna be with a huge group, and if I fall in the water, it's no big deal. You just you're wearing a jacket. You just like lift your arms up. Rafting tips for everybody who's watching: make sure that you keep like your entire body elevated. You don't want to try and tread water because then you'll get stuck in rocks. The rapids will carry you if you just stay calm.
Hmm.
All right. Anyway,
That's some good tips.
yeah, thank you. Is there anything else you would like the audience to know about you, Kevin?
Um, and essentially outside of what I do in the Guild of Gurus, which I overview essentially everything. I set up promotions and advertisements. And about my YouTube, I just kind of do the stop motions. Not really at this moment. Just stay tuned, I guess, if you're interested in stop motions, because we got a series coming out, and the first episode should be released this winter, which is anywhere from November to February.
There will be a link to Kevin's YouTube channel, Kevin Productions, in the description. I encourage everyone who is not currently subscribed to subscribe. And Kevin, you should start using the content creators channel to promote your own stuff.
I should, I should, yeah, I should, yeah. You're right. You're right.
All right. Okay. Do you want to give a shout out to any of the other gurus?
Honestly, I feel like all the gurus have been doing a spectacular damn job keeping this place alive. Like seriously, the Guild of Gurus would have been dead if it wasn't for everyone that's been in this server. And it would take me ages to list off everyone by name, but just know that I consider you all family and I love you all.
All right. Well, fantastic.
Except Cubes. Except Cubes. I don't like him.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Kevin. Once again, the Cyber Dragon Guru. If you join the Guild of Gurus, which will also be in the description below, he's on Cybernetic Embassy. Um, drop him a line. He's always going to reply to you. It might take him a couple days, but that's just life. We all live it. Kevin, fantastic as always. Always a pleasure. And to my audience, this is Serafi. I was thrilled to have you all with me.